So here we want to get started with looping through a dictionary. Because here is very busy in this file, we want to create a new file and call it loop dictionary.py. And here I want to copy this new dictionary. And there we go. So we want to loop through dictionary, and looping through a dictionary is just the same as looping through other kinds of collections. I want to use the shortest way because we want to loop through the whole dictionary, the items, and also the keys and the values separately. So let's loop through the item by writing for x in new dictionary and then print x. This is the simplest way, and you're going to access all of the items inside the new dictionary. And to run it, you can write Python 3, and we have loop dictionary.py. So here, as you can see, name, email, number 2, and the only the keys here are printed out as the parts of the dictionary, but we can also have the items, and to do so we can write for x, comma y. So x and y in new dictionary dot items, and we have parentheses, column, and print x and y. So let's see what happens here. Let us first comment this one for x and for print, and save this, run it again. Here, as you can see, we have name James, email james@gmail.com, and we can access both of these together. If you want to write the column the same way that we had inside the dictionary, we can write here quotation mark and then column. Here, let's see what happens. Okay, we have an error because we should write plus, and this should solve the problem. Let's see what happens. Okay, still we've got a problem, and the reason is that we should write it in another way. Probably here, because this is another data type, we should write it in another way, but if it was a string, we could have written it like this. So let's forget it for now. In the later tutorials, I will show you that how you can put another kind of data type inside a string, but because this is not a subject of this tutorial, here in this section I'm going to skip this so that you don't get confused for now. Suppose we want to loop through the values. So for x in new dictionary dot, and instead of items you can write keys, and don't forget the parentheses, and then print x. Also, let's comment the last loop, and we haven't correctly done that. Okay, here we go. We have the keys here just the same as printing the new dictionary. So whether you write .keys or you don't write, you will have the keys printed out as the result. But what if we want to have the values? So we write for x in new dictionary dot values and parentheses dot print x, and let's save this, run the code, and here as you can see we've got the values instead of the keys. And also let me comment this part, save it, rerun it, and there we go. We only got the values instead of the keys. Anyway, that's it for this part of the tutorial. We've successfully looped through different items of the new dictionary, whether it's the keys, the items, all of the items, or the values. And we can also use other for loops, for example, for I in range or while true. But here, because we're talking about dictionaries and we want to learn the fastest ways, and you've already learned how to loop through the list and also the tuples, we're going to skip that because this is very simple, easy peasy, and probably you don't need it because you have a faster way to do that. In the following of our dictionary tutorials on Python, we're going to talk about nested dictionaries. So in the last dictionary we had in the last part, which was in the dictionary.py, we saw a kind of a nested loop, which was, for example, we had a dictionary inside a dictionary, and so we have worked on the nested loop and nested dictionaries. So we had this dictionary which was dogs inside the dictionary for James, and inside a dictionary which was another dictionary inside a dictionary. We can also write it this way. You want to add a new dictionary and put it here for James. So instead of this dictionary itself, you can write new dictionary and it will work just the same. So let me define this other dictionary, dict of people 2, dict of people 2, or dict 2 for making it simpler. And let me copy this one. So here, instead of James, I am going to place new dictionary, and let us print dict 2 and see what it contains. Dict 2, and there we go. So let's save the code here, and in the terminal, Python 3 dictionary.py, and here, as you can see, okay, let us also consider all of these prints here. We had 3 prints. So first of all, we have this dictionary right here, and we also have James. So we have William, we also have James here, which is the result of this James right here. So this James has a number of dogs, okay, just the same as this one. Let me see if there are any differences. There are actually in the number 2. Okay, let's assign another difference so that it becomes different from this one. For example, we can change the name to James 2 for the new dictionary, James 2, and save this. Let's run the code one more time and see what happened there. So here, as you can see, we have James, but here for the name it's written James 2, which is the new dictionary, and it is not this one. So inside for a nested loop, you can either for a nested actual dictionary, you can write the whole dictionary inside this one, inside another dictionary, or you can define the dictionary you want to nest into this dictionary and then refer back to it like this way in the dict2. So we had the new dictionary and we nested it inside this dict2 after the James. And here in the dict of people, but in the dict of people we've written all of the keys and values are related to James. So dictionary of James is written here with all the details, but this one is just inside a variable called new dictionary, and it has been defined before the dict2 itself.